microphone. Are you going to let me change it? No, you're not. Oh, well, you're just going to have to listen to me like this. I think it... Come on, you're not going to let me... Come on, you know you want to. Typical. Oh, well, we're just going to have to... box on with what we've got. You're with the Skeinz Diaries. It is episode 30 today. And as you can see, good morning, Jeanette. I'm in the office. It's been one of those mornings. Forgot the laptop, so we're having to do it from in here. That's okay. Claire needed to head out. I've popped the phone off the hook, and so we should be all good. Hopefully, can you guys hear me okay? Is this the $6 million question? Please let me know if you could. Actually, Jeanette, if you could let me know, that would be great. What have I got? Oh, so much to tell you. Wow, what a big weekend it's been. We had our can celebration. The can that wasn't the can this weekend, and it was. It's always so humbling to actually spend time with your people. The people are great. You're saying can hear, excellent. It's really humbling to spend some time with the people that you care about so much, and we are so blessed here at Skeinz to have the most wonderful customers, and for all of you that came and visited and travelled and popped in to say hello. It was just so wonderful to see you. And yeah, and you know, it's obviously we're still in level 2, so that it was a full court press. We had everyone on deck, including some volunteers helping us out to make sure that everyone here was safe. And yep, it went off beautifully without an absolute hitch. And it was a really, really fantastic day. So it was just, so to all of you that travel, thank you so much for doing that. And I know I tried to talk to as many as I possibly could and didn't quite get around to everybody, but it was, yeah, it really, really was wonderful. And if you've been eagle-eyed, many of you picked up some of the install specials as well as the specials online. Damien and Heather, honestly, are out the back working like absolute Trojans to get all your orders out for you, and they're working so hard to get those done. So they hopefully will have those, and he's working. Damien, in fact, there were so many orders that came in. He actually worked in here on Saturday as well to get as many out as he could, which was just wonderful. So it is so neat to have all of those orders through and done, and you should get those very, very soon. Now, the other thing that we had, as you may have noticed today, is a flash sale on the rattan blankets. Now, that's something that we had just in store on Saturday, and they went so well. And we had a couple of people who bought blankets who said, oh, actually, I've got people that I know that can't be here and I think would really like to have the blankets. Can you put them online? So we have today, that's the special that we had in store here on Saturday, which is the rattan blankets down from $149 to $99. It's only on the stocks that we've got. So if I dare, I'm going to say it, if you're wanting to shop and get organised for Christmas, they make spectacular Christmas gifts. So do make sure you pick those up if you want to snap those up now. And they will be available until midnight tonight. So do have a look at that. So before I finish off for the weekend, we did have a door prize. So everyone that came through the door went into a free door prize. So we have that there. And I have drawn it. And hold on, where did I put it? Oh, there we go. Here it is here. So I even took a picture to show you, because there you can see there's the random number generator drawing out number 81. Susan Hagedorn was number 81. So Susan was up for the week, and we had her here doing some classes. So I did this deliberately to show you that this is how we do all of our draws, is using the random generators. So Susan, congratulations, you have won this absolutely beautiful project bag from Squishy McDo, as well as a gorgeous skein of yarn from Squishy McDo, her very own handmade soap, yarn soap, and also in there is a purple pom-pom and just wee chockies. Not that you need sweetening up, Susan, but I know that you would really enjoy those. So we will organise to get that to you. So congratulations to Susan. And also the can colour, that finishes today. Today's the last day to get yourself into the draw for that. We have 6 prize bundles to give away. I've got 6 beautiful project bags. I've got 3 from Jeanette and 3 from Solange Thompson. They're absolutely stunning, all handcrafted, amazing. Every single one of those is going to have a pattern and yarn to complete that pattern with as part of the prize bundle. So we will be drawing 6 of those. I will announce them on Thursday and let you know who the winners of those are. So you've got until the end of today to actually get loaded up for Can Colour. But obviously it is the first tomorrow, and we do have a new theme, and the new theme for tomorrow is celebration. So, and the reason for celebration that we thought for September, it is going to be spring. I think it is a time to celebrate. It's 2020 has been 2020, but for us here, it'll be 1 year celebration since we've opened at our new store location, celebrating, whatever you want, new babies. September is a month that's really busy for new babies. We're seeing a lot of people coming in and getting yarn for baby knitting, new life. Whatever celebration you have in your home, however big, however small, share that with us through your yarn, and we will pop you in the prize to win that prize pack for September over on the Skeinz Speak Easy. So that is the theme for next month. What else have I got to show you? Move that out of the way. So yesterday, I was absolutely shattered yesterday, so I managed to get a good night's sleep and have a very quiet day. And the first thing I did, which is one of my things that I love doing on a Sunday morning rather, is just spending time in bed. And I quite like, if I can manage it, to catch Suzanne Bryan has a live podcast, which is broadcast at this time of year at 9 a.m. on Sunday mornings on her Off the Cuff segment. And she interviews a variety of really amazing people in that segment, incredible artisans. And she had on that June Heman Hyatt. And I missed the first one. I had to watch it, catch up on that one. But I managed to get the second part live. Now, June, if you don't know her, she wrote a book called The Principles of Knitting, which is around a 700-page. It is essentially a masterclass textbook guide. Everything you need to know about knitting is in this book. It is like, if you're really serious about knitting or you're passionate about knitting, a real must-have book. So I was absolutely thrilled that I was able to catch that live yesterday morning. And I just love June. She's very, she's quite a tour de force. She's very matter of fact. But it's just, I honestly, within the first 20 minutes, half an hour of the broadcast, I had already had about 3 eureka moments with her. And she was only, she was covering off some of the basics with cast-ons, but also towards the end of the podcast, she actually talked about her charting technique that she has, which for me is sort of a way that I didn't, it's a way that I kind of muddled along and done a lot of the modifications that we all know that I'm quite famous for. So if you have got the time or you're wanting a really good podcast to catch up with, I can thoroughly recommend that. In fact, I was actually a little bit organized before we came and I made sure I copied the link down because it was such a good one. And I thought you guys do need to check it out. So hold on, there we go. So I've just popped a link in. Now, I will warn you, there was just a few issues at the beginning of the podcast. Poor June's computer decided, as it always does, to do an update just as you're about to go live. So do you may want to jump to about 10 or 15 minutes in. And then you'll really get the meat and potatoes. Charles is in. Hey, Charles. He's saying the first interview is also very interesting. So I cannot recommend it enough. It was just the perfect Sunday morning with my coffee and my knitting. And here it is. So I'm now on to, I think, almost the last chart. I think second to last chart. And as you can see, Nanilchik is tracking along really well. I'm really pleased. So as you know, I've made the extra modification and I have got this orange in here, right? So in the pattern where I've got the chapel here and here, she has actually got that as the main colour, as the, in my case, the grey. I love the orange. I personally think the orange is fantastic. I wanted more orange in mine, so I have done more orange. and I'm really happy with how it's progressing so far. So I have just done, what have I just done? I have just done the next lot of the 4th increase round. Ooh, so I've got quite a few stitches on there now. So that's it holding, oopsie, come here, holding it up that way. So it's looking great. Now, someone who came in on Saturday bought me one of these to have a look at, and they're doing theirs in, I think it was it grey or cream and different pinks, and one of the pinks that they'd chosen was the grape, the grape Melilla in there. It looked sensational, and they actually they had it where I've got the Baker, the purple, is that's where they had that, and they had like a solid pink, a sort of a cream, and I can't remember what your 4th color was. It might have been just a very light pink actually, and it looked amazing. It looked so good. So if and because the Melilla is a soft ombre shift, it just gave this extra texture, and all the other colors are all solid colors. It really did look quite spectacular. So it's just so good. I'm really enjoying knitting this. I really am. If you've not done color work before, I've mentioned it before, this is a great first time color work option. It's pretty straightforward. Other than a couple of rounds, you're only ever working with 2 colors, so it's nice and easy and straightforward. So I've got onto the chevron part of the chart, which, and then just one more little blippity blop, and then that's it. Then I'm just onto the sort of homeward stretch. Once I get to that I've divided and popped the sleeves in, divided for the sleeves, then I'll decide how long I want to go. She's Caitlin Hunt has written in the pattern that the length is entirely up to you. I'll potentially go a little bit longer. By then I should be able to size it and pop it on and see what the length is doing. I will probably put my asymmetrical back in because that's just something that I like, but I haven't quite yet decided 100% on that. But other than that, I'm pretty stoked with how things are rocking along. I'm really quite happy with that. So, no, it's great. And I've been toying around with what my next project should be. I'm thinking I might give the colour work a break. And just because we're heading into warmer climes, and I have a tendency to just like what I call really relaxed, mindless knitting when I start heading into warmer weather. I did see posted on the weekend over at the Outlaw HQ, they have just finished a Rebel in Sock Bandit, and it looks freaking incredible. It looked so good, and Rebel is certainly a project that I have been quite keen to cast on. It's just a beautiful lightweight full ply cardigan. It just slips over. It's one of those layering pieces that here in this country just make total sense. That's from Truly Myrtle, of course, and in fact a number of people that I know here have knitted it. It just looks amazing, and it is just I think it will be ideal. And I did buy on the weekend, while we had the pop-up here, from Sue Goodley from Sue's Hand-Dyed Yarns. She had the most beautiful sort of turquoise speckle, which she does on our naked sock base. And she did have a full garment lot there. And it was so hard. This is the hardest thing for me, is that I have the event, right, or I have these things, and all I want to do is run around and shop heaps before it starts, and I have to tell myself I can't do it because I've got so much yarn. So what I do now is that I will have a little scout around and see things that are just I get very excited about, and I tell myself that if it's still there at the end of the event, if no one else is given it the home that it deserves, then I will rescue it. And this yarn was there. I was in fact stunned that no one had bought it. And she did have a full sweater quantity. And I now take the Ethan Barclay, sort of approach with a lot of my yarn buying. I have enough unicorn skeins, honestly, to field a rainbow garden of yarn. I just have so many single skeins, and I'm trying to work through them in various projects. And now if I'm going to buy anything, I try to buy a complete garment lot. So then that way it forces me to actually make sure that I actually complete a garment in its entirety when I've got a full amount. And yeah, Sue had a garment lot of this shade, so that's what I think I might do next. And if you want to check out the Rebel. I think Deb posted it up either on the main Outlaw page or on the Outlaw Lair page, but it's in one of the sprinkle colors, and it looks just, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, I think that's my next pattern. So that is probably, I know I shouldn't be talking about what I'm going to do next without having finished this one first, but I've already seen it. I'm thinking, yep, I think that's definitely where I need to go with that. Right, Francesca's saying, oh, the subtitles make me laugh. Honestly, Francesca, the subtitles and I have been at war. The subtitles, for some reason, can't get their head round my rather pronounced New Zealand accent, which I find is, slightly disturbing, but there you go. Marion's got June's book. Yeah, I have to. It's funny, Marion. Honestly, I've got it sitting in a cart here now. I know I went to go and buy it a number of years ago and just didn't. And when I watched that video, I thought to myself, I really need to get that book. That I haven't bought a knitting book for years, and June was going through some slides. Actually, I'm going to talk about this because I just thought it was amazing. So she was going through some slides, just pictorial graphic slides of the different forms of cast-ons. And I have probably 3 cast-ons which are kind of my go-to. And it was really interesting to hear from her, because the thing is a cast-on is a little bit like a pair of shoes, right? You don't wear the same pair of shoes all the time, every day, day in, day out, day in, day out. I mean, even if you are not a big shoe person, you always have 2, maybe 3 pairs, and you wear the shoe that fits for the occasion. And a cast-on is a little bit the same. And she talked about the different methods and left and right hand dominant cast-ons, and there were just so many little moments in terms of holding the yarn, when you would use a cast-on, when you wouldn't use it. And it just, it really was fantastic. And I mean, she only just gave you a wee soupçon of what is in her book, so it just told me that really I need to go and grab that book. And there are books like that that you just keep going back to all the time. For me, I love to cook. For those that know me well, they know that I have quite the cookbook collection. I adore cooking. I've been doing it for a very long time. And I have got the Stephanie Alexander cookbook, and for many of you who are in this part of the world, New Zealand and Australia, will know Stephanie, and she has got one called the Kitchen Companion, or it might be the Cook's Companion. I think it's Kitchen Companion, and it's a similar sort of book. It's one of those books that if I'm looking for something, whether it be a basic sauce or whatever it may be, quite often your natural inclination these days is to jump straight to the internet and to see what's there. But even then, it's how do you wade through 1,000,001 recipes, videos, opinions, ideas, or however someone will interpret one particular thing. And that's what I love about the Stephanie Alexander book. I just know that I can go to that book, and if I need to make a particular sauce or whatever the element may be, I can go to that book, make it, do it, and it will be ideal every single time. And this is where I think June's book is so valuable. There will be something, if you need to look up anything, reference anything, it will be in there. So I am really looking forward to getting that. Oh, there's Margot. Hello, Margot. Margot, I was just talking about June... just talking about the podcast, Margot, yesterday morning. I just absolutely loved it. What else did I have for you guys? I don't have heaps today because I've got 1,000,001 things. I want to get those prize bundles made up for you all. So they're ready here. I think I've covered everything. I've got Susan, done that. Honestly, I tried to beautify this little corner as much as I could because I'm not going to put the camera around the rest of the office. It looks like an absolute freaking bomb site in here right now. What else did I have to tell you? Oh, no, I've told you about the blankets. No, I'm good. I think I'm onto it. I'm really good. So, again, thank you to everyone that came over the weekend. Absolutely love seeing you. We have still got plenty of things to come this month. We've got some more stock arriving, which we're really excited about. Touch wood, it will be here next week. So we're just tracking that as we speak. We've got a few other bits and pieces cropping up later on in the month for our birthday celebrations. Then we've got more things coming through in October as well. So there's still plenty of fun to be had in the spring. And, it's a lot of us have picked up knitting across lockdown. I'm delighted for those of you who are in Auckland, a wee bit more freedom for you guys now. You can actually get out of the house and hopefully enjoy some sunshine. But, when you need to take some time, have a coffee, put your feet up, grab that hook and that needle and just take some time to breathe. We're always here for you. So come and give us a holler, check out a Skeinz diary, or even go back into time and for a quarantine diary and have a wee browse at what we've got online. But until then, I will talk to you Thursday. I will have those prize packs. Get your last posts up today to make sure you're in for that draw. And remember, from tomorrow in the Skeinz Speakeasy, it is celebration is our new theme. All right, until then, I will talk to you on Thursday. Bye.